What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Money Room. It's B, your boy named Diesel, and I'm here with my co-host I6B. Well, I've been off on again, here and there, but here we're here right now. That's all that matters, okay? We'll do this for free, and whenever we have some time to share with you guys, we discuss, bring up ideas, give you some new information, and just have a discussion about current topics and see how could we relate them into money, because this is the Money Room. End of the day, we're concerned with the bottom line. And let's get it started.
Yes, sir. Right. So we're talking about this Drake stuff and Pusha T and God's plan, right?
Yeah. So our original topic was actually to talk about God's plan, because that's Drake's new video where he's giving a bunch of money out. Right. He's giving a bunch of money out. Right. And now Drake found himself into some beef stew and beef meat.
I know.
So we're gonna have to talk about that too. There's no way we could talk about Drake and God's plan right now without what's trending so hard, which is the whole Pusha T situation. So we'll see if we could touch on that and see how that's relevant to the Money Room, if at all. But hey, it's trending hard, and if we want to talk about it, fuck it, we're gonna talk about
it. Right, absolutely. So God's plan is pretty much about him giving money away, right, to a bunch of people.
Yeah, exactly. He put in a video, I think it was very close to $1 million, and that's the budget they had for the video. And what he did with that video was just pretty much give out most of the money to people around. Like, his mom was in the video. He went to the store. He bought stuff for everybody in the store. People getting free stuff. So, on the surface, and when most people view it, it's like, hey, it looks like he's doing a good thing. I mean, what do you think? Some people think that, he has ulterior motives behind it, and this, that, the next.
Right. It's it's an evergreen argument. Like when people give to charity, people often want to hang in the middle of that and say, hey, why tell everybody you're giving money away when it should
when people give publicly? When they give publicly, yeah.
All right. When they give publicly, like why should you have to tell everyone when it could just come from the heart, right? And you could just let that be between you and God. And my argument to that has always been like, I don't think God cares much. I actually want you to see that I'm giving so I can inspire you.
That's another way to look at it.
Yeah.
That's another angle.
That's always my way of looking at it. And people always say, no, but it shouldn't matter. You should just give between you. I said, no. As a matter of fact, when we give either to church or we give to human beings or we give to God, is not the one that's going to spend that money. And God is not the one that's going to give more money. It's you, human beings, that will give more money and help other people. If I'm trying to inspire people, I'm not trying to inspire God to give. It's already given us way so much already. Like as far as starting from strong will to ability to do to life, So I'm not worried about God when I'm giving. I know that sounds horrible, but for real, when I'm giving, it's because I feel good giving. And if I want you to see that I'm giving, that means I'm trying to get you inspired to give. And if you think that's an agenda, so you can now praise me, then so be it, whatever. But it doesn't change the fact that I'm giving,
At the end of the day, he's giving, right? But I do see this other people are trying to say, which might not necessarily apply to Drake's situation, but am I saying, okay, there's an agenda behind it. He's not really giving because he actually wants to give people something. He's giving not for like, he's not doing A to get to he's not going 1 + 1 to get 2. He's actually doing 1 + 1 to try and get 5. He has another ulterior motive somewhere, and the giving is not genuine. People don't like something when it's not genuine. I'm saying, who knows? It could be both. Who says that this guy does not want to give, right? And who says he doesn't want to actually get credit for giving? It could be both, right? So, he's giving to people publicly, and I think that there's nothing wrong with that. You're actually inspiring people, as you mentioned earlier. If you're inspiring somebody, it's like a certain example. I think people might be mad because it's $1 million, right? Because it's it's $1 million. Maybe if for somebody else that's not Drake gave away some, $5 or $10, it doesn't matter what the money amount is. It's about the intent behind it, and it's also about the fact that you're inspiring other people to give, right? There was a time I put a post on Instagram a while back, hey, inspiring people to do a good deed a day. That's not necessarily money-wise, could be anything, but it's any day it's about inspiring other people to do something that's good. So people could see that Drake's video and say, okay, this is $1 million. Maybe I don't want to give away $1 million, but I could give $100. I could give $10 to somebody today. I could give somebody something that will help them for this day or help their life in some kind of way. Because there are other people who need this stuff, not necessarily, maybe not as much as you do. So if you could have your own little impact on somebody's life, put a little meal in somebody's mouth, you know, whether it's Bicadies or whatever, why not do that? So that's another way you could take that video as inspiration for you to do your own little part in this world.
The way I would obviously want to quantify this argument in sense of, is there any downside to showing everybody when I'm giving as compared to the upside of giving? The upside obviously is I'm giving, I'm inspiring somebody, I'm giving, that means I'm helping somebody. The only downside that anyone can claim is that I have an agenda. If you can't identify the agenda, maybe we should start. What possible agendas could I possibly have that could be negative, and that negativity can outweigh the positive, right? That's how I would want people with higher, or at least a willingness to have higher intelligence to look at it, right? What is the possible downside, and can it possibly outweigh the positive upside of me giving? The fact that I'm actually giving and actually inspiring others. So the argument is really between those two things, right?
I think the critique that someone will say to you in that situation is not, okay, what is the downside? Or you know, does the bad outweigh the good? I think, you know, if you're giving $1 million to people, unless it's some kind of evil motive behind it, there isn't. It's hard for you to outweigh that good, right? But what people will say is, what's better is don't do it in public, do it in private.
Why is it better? Why?
That's what some people say. Is to say, oh, it's better because it's genuine. It's
my question to them would be,
there's no ripple effect or reaction you're trying to get out of it, you know, by giving that $1 million.
My question to
them, help those people.
My question to them would be, why do I need to be genuine to you? And what if I don't value my being genuine to you? What if I don't really value that? And by the way, the fact that I get viral reaction and this has a way of turning to money in my pocket as Drake, right? That's a positive. That's an upside too. That's not a negative. That's an upside still.
I agree. I'm able to add to tack on that with the way I'll actually even add to that. I'll say, not only am I going to give $1 million to people to actually touch their lives, right? I'm also going to, you know, as I said, that's one positive. The other positive you mentioned is, okay, you might actually make some more money back in return, which is not a bad thing. And even another third positive, I think, is even more positive. Okay, you give people $1 million, but now you might inspire millions of people.
I'm inspiring millions. So
now you might inspire billions of people. So not only are you touching people's lives directly with that $1 million, right? Now other people are gonna see it and react to it. Some people might react negatively to him, like, man, what is Drake doing? But other people might also see it and be inspired and give to somebody else in that way. Now that creates a ripple effect. Say the video is seen, I don't know how many views it has on YouTube right now. Let me give you an example. By 3 million people, right? Out of the 3 million people, 1.5 million are mad. The other 1.5 are like, wow, this is inspiring. Now those 1.5 million that have inspired now go and touch another 1.5 million people's lives by watching that video. Let's say it inspires them enough to go give somebody and so on. So not only is the video, is he giving $1 million directly, that's direct impact, there's also the ripple effect of him inspiring other people who are actually going to inspire other people and trickle along.
Yes. And yes, by the way, as Drake, I admit, yes, I'm going to make a lot more money because the ripple effect affect my bottom line too. Okay?
So it's a win-win, right? It's a win-win. You're creating a win-win situation.
Yeah, because that's almost painted as, oh, you're going to get something out of it. Like, son, yeah, that's a positive, though. Maybe not for the person arguing about this, right? But for me, that's a positive win-win all the way. I give, I inspire, and I get more.
But then they might be asking you, are you really giving? Are you giving because I'll ask you the question now. In the sense, the action says, are you really giving because now you're giving knowing that you're going to get back? Because it was like the people with the fake tithing, they're giving tithes so they can try and get money, and they're hoping to get back. You're giving in the sense to get back, kind of like an investment. Are you actually giving this people because you want to give them people, you want to impact their life, or you giving them because you want to get the money back anyway, right? So say for example, you had $1,000, you want to give somebody $1,000, right? And you know by giving that $1,000, you're gonna get that $1,000 back, or by giving this $20,000, you can get it $20,000, whatever. So in other words, it does not affect you because whatever you put out, you're gonna get it right back.
Like that's when it becomes their word against mine.
So now, forget about your word against yours in terms of like, is at that point you have to ask yourself, Are you really giving because you want to give these people impact their lives, or are you giving because it means nothing because you're gonna get it back?
Awesome question. But this is where I ask, so what would you rather do? Not give.
Exactly, and that's why you went the point you mentioned earlier. There's the good outweigh the bad. I think there's no way you could tell me that there's any negative enough in giving people $1 million that is actually a bad thing.
Yeah.
Unless he's giving them $1 million to go kill people.
There's only one negative.
Unless he's hiring to go kill people. But
Yeah.
he's not.
there's only one negative. The fact that there's gonna be naysayers about when you do good.
Now what?
The fact that there's the possibility of naysayers when you try to do good.
Yeah, that's
the
that's
only
right.
negative.
That's right. And I think this video kind of proves that people are always gonna talk. People are always gonna have something to say. You know, if Jesus had critics, everybody's gonna have critics. So people are gonna talk. People are always gonna have something to say. They're gonna have to say this, that you could do this as good. People are gonna have something bad to say about it, right? It's just the way the world works.
Just people.
So my own opinion, even though I'm trying to give some, play the devil's advocate and give some counterpoints, my opinion, I think there's nothing wrong with what he did in that video. It was actually a good thing, and I don't see. And even if he did it publicly or he did it, some people will fake give privately and leak it so that people find out that they did it. They did what they did.
Yeah.
And the same people that are saying, "Oh, why did he do it publicly?" Like, yeah, look at that guy. He did it privately, blah blah. But now we found out. But now you found out, and now you want to say something. Sometimes people will leak that shit on purpose. So I prefer someone who's open and honest about it. Like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Blah 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 blah. And they give people money. And it might not necessarily. If you want to be such a critic, you want to think. You want to give him the benefit of the doubt. The first thing you want to think is, okay, he's doing this for a bad reason. Then you might maybe it's a bit of projection. Maybe you look at yourself in the mirror. Maybe that's what you're doing, right? But at the same time, even if that's what someone's doing, who cares? The good outweighs the bad so much. Who cares?
I mean, to be honest with you, because I'm also very big on charity, but I started one a while back. I still maintain the domain. It's called coreafrica.com. So that's a shameless plug right there.
I was just about to say that.
Coreafrica.com, meaning core, like build, like in Yoruba, right? Core Africa, like buildafrica.com, specifically from a standpoint of children that are hawking on the streets and the highways and stuff like that, trying to pull some of those kids into school. And I stopped pushing it hard. I started about 2 years ago or so. I stopped pushing it after a while because I wanted to make sure I have my own personal conscience. Felt like I needed to have personal stability before I push that, so people don't misconstrue it. Because if people already have stability and they say that about people that actually have a stable business, imagine if they have a feeling that you don't have a stable business and you're just pulling all that money into your own pocket. And that was the reason why I completely slowed down, because I wanted to make sure I have some stability before I keep pushing it again, completely as its own separate entity without.
I like that's a good point, because I like the fact that in that video Drake has his mother there, and as I always tell people, charity begins at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta take care of your household, you gotta take care of your family, you gotta take care of people first before you give charity to random people that you don't know.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that people around you don't know they're not deserve to get something. You can give them something. But my point is, you're almost a bad person if you're neglecting your household and going to give money.
You gotta put your own mask on first.
Elsewhere, right? I'm not about the mass airplane situation. Not with that. It's more like charity begins at home. You got to take care of your own first. You can't be neglecting your family,
right?
And splurging money and spending money somewhere else. Where you haven't taken care of your family yet. So that's just like like a character thing, and I think that's a good thing to actually.
To be honest with you,
you take care of your own first before you go into the diaspora, go into the community and expand. You start with your community around you, then you go to like nationwide and so on, and you expand. That's why we have all this big charity. But I think before I'm going to start a charity for some random place, like help the blah blah, I want to take care of my own first to the best of my ability. I'm not saying that you're the savior for everybody, not at all, because there are people who are gonna freaking try and stab you in the back. Not that. I'm saying take care of your own people, like your family and everything, and expand from there on.
To be honest with you, when I first watched the Drake video, I didn't get what the buzz was about. For me, if I was the one, the only element I can attach to that video going viral is because of the fact that it's Drake. I don't really see the big deal in what he did in the video.
I think it's because he gave $1 million, man.
But the video never said $1 million. It was just people that start making noise about that.
No. The video said it. It said he gave 9,990 something, very close to.
Oh, the video said it. That tells you how far I watched the video. That tells you how long I watched.
That shows how much research you did before this video.
I know another one, right? So, but yeah, I tried to watch the video when they were making a buzz about it a month ago, and I was like, okay, you know, he's giving money clearly. I don't see anything bad in that, and I think you guys just want another thing to say about Drake, basically, and that, you know, because it's just Drake, you know, and I think ultimately my conclusion about that is that that's a good thing. If you're given in any capacity, that's always a good thing, and if he gets back from giving, then that's what happens when people give. They get back, they receive. You know.
Yep. So, and as far as the money room is concerned, just to bring you guys back, the one thing you can learn from this is also a form of marketing. So if one of the people say that is marketing, I guess that's part of what made the video go viral. It's exactly the win-win-win. So I don't see many negatives in this situation. If you can find a way to positively market your business or market whatever it is that you're doing by actually giving the process, hell yeah, why not? It makes lots of sense. You know, I mean, the same way some people do marketing, like maybe Weekly will start doing that too. We do marketing by giving away free cryptocurrency, free this and free, by giving stuff away. If you could give, right, and by giving something to people, you could actually benefit from it, and everyone could benefit. It is not a bad thing.
I mean,
if it makes sense for your business.
And that's a good point, because for my membership platform, the $1 trial that people tested is actually for charity. The actual $1 before people start paying $97 every month. That's actually designed for charity. So there are ways that people, yes, put good deeds as part of the business. Yes, interwovenly helps the business. Yes, interwovenly actually help the people that you're trying to help as well too.
Exactly.
So I still like, I'm like, okay, you have a problem with somebody using charity, which is good deed, to hand in hand help a business or a business helping the charity, which is basically what's happening right there. You have a problem with that? I always, if I was to dig deeper, I always trace that back to an internal issue with the people with this kind of negative outlook on Drake,
on everything,
doing charity. It goes back to you yourself, basically. Yeah, because even if there wasn't Drake, if it wasn't something else, you'll find something else to complain about, honestly.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this Pusha T issue though.
Pusha T.
What is, because Pusha T, first of all, I don't know the difference between Pusha T Clip and the other kid. I don't know the difference. But that's personal.
He used to be in a group. He used to be in the group. So that was
they're twins, no?
Twins are brothers. They do look alike. I'm not sure.
I thought they're twins. Pusha, Clips. I thought Clips was the twins. No,
they look very much alike.
Oh, because when people say, "Oh, he used to be in a group," I'm like, that's like saying, that's like saying Mr. P used to be in a group. You mean P Square?
P Square is a group. P Square is a group, and as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think Pharrell might have been in there too. Pharrell might have been part of the group.
No, it wasn't part of the Clips. He produced Clips.
He produced
their first album and launched them. Yes,
he produced for them. So it was part of their, maybe not part of their group or part of their clique.
They had a group. They had another name for another group that Clips was part of. It was bigger than just Clips.
Well, there you go. So Pharrell was involved with them somehow.
Right.
But anyway, that's where he originated from, right? As far as I know, Pusha T, and he's been in the game for a while. Does he have some hits? Yes, I like his music. I like the song he used to have in the back of the day, like, Brandon, I'm your Pusha. That was a hit. He had some hit, but it's been laying low for a while. Why would heard shit from him, man? And even though that hit was a good hit, no one's gonna look at Pusha T's old shit even back in the day and say, like, Pusha T was top 5, top 3. No, Pusha T was never like that. But isn't it funny and is it ironic that Pusha T has a new album coming out? He has a new album coming out when all of a sudden this beef that has had brewing with Drake for a while. Trust me, this beef has been brewing for a long time. The beef wasn't actually between Drake and him. It was actually between him and Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne's who was Drake's boss or whatever, right? But it's been brewing for a while, and all of a sudden decided to unleash and go crazy, on Drake with this, right? And I think that's ironic. It's pretty interesting that that's a perfect coincidence with his new album dropping. This is somebody who hasn't had many big hits for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Shameless plug, shameless
Guess what?
promotion.
It's marketing. It's marketing once
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
It's marketing his new album, and
You got to do
live a
what you
diss
got
track.
to. You got to do what you got to do. I don't blame. I don't blame him. I don't. I mean, even Kanye did the same thing. All the buzz it created about 3 weeks ago, just so happened he's producing all this. He produced the whole Pusha T project. He has a bunch of stuff coming up as well too.
Oh yeah, he does.
So,
He does. He had that whole song. He made with Ti
mhm.
about what's going on right now in America. The whole Trump
But
crap.
I don't question that these beefs are real or that these are real issues. I don't question that. I think we're just in that age where content, okay, let's talk marketing for a second here. Content is not you creating, it's you documenting as it goes. Everything that's happening for real, right? It's actually more of documentation than creating. It's something I do myself these days more, as opposed to going right all the way to a scratch board, all the way to the scratch and creating something. It's a very non-productive way of doing business these days when there's actual real things happening that you can document. You can have a camera following you these days, and that could become your online content. And there's a lot of people doing that. So I don't question that these are real beefs, right? That these guys are having. And I think it's a smart thing to leverage it to market when you have a project coming up. I think, especially if the beef is with the behemoth of the whole rap game right now, which is
So
Drake.
from a business perspective, I mean, this is a money room. I get it. It makes sense. It makes marketing money. It makes marketing dollars. You know, you're gonna get. You're gonna make money from those, that kind of marketing. It's almost free marketing for your
It's free
album, right?
marketing.
So
The
you don't
same
have to
one
put
that
that much
Trump had.
effort. Drake says something back to you, and everyone's now focusing on Pusha T. He's trending on Instagram.
Hmm.
All that stuff. And yeah, I get that. But now, from a music perspective, from a rap perspective, is that really respectable? Is that really respectable? Like, are you really trying to come at this guy and come at this guy's life about how he's such a, come at his life, right? And all this in this diss track. But at the same time, if we take it back and look at the big picture, it looks like you're trying to use him to come up.
Yeah.
You're trying to come at this guy and say like, oh, blah 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 blah. But
Yeah.
now you're trying to use him, and he's following, and the fact that he's the #1 rapper right now, whether you like it or not,
Hmm.
to come up. So what does that say about you? It means that you actually believe in that guy. It means that you believe in him, which is why
Yeah.
you're actually coming for him. And so that kind of invalidates almost all your disses, apart from the fact that he's doing some low blows and everything. But
Not
that invalidates the fact that you're trying to battle this guy in rap or whatever. But at the same time, it's saying this, saying this guy wrote his rap for him, this guy made him, blah blah blah. But at the same time, you're trying to make a comeback off of him. So now, if Pusha T's album does well, and you look at it from big picture, I'm gonna just say that, look, if you're saying that Drake was made by Q, who wrote his song from him, Ghostwriter, whatever, but you're not using this same person to come up to sell your records, then maybe Drake is making you too. Maybe Drake is resurrecting you. So what does that say about you? You are a copy of a copy of a copy?
I mean, I could say
What
what
are
I
you?
want to say. I'm gonna
You
be
know?
Pusha T in this equation, okay? I could say what I want to say about me, and I'll let you say what you want to say about me. But I'm still gonna bank on this. So, regardless of if we're trying to stay away from the money part, it comes back to that at the end of the day. Like I said, Drake is a public figure. We all leverage public figure. We all drive on the bridges, right? We don't say, hey, because the bridge was made by other people's tax dollars, I'm just going to go right on the floor. No, we ride on the bridge because it's designed for all of us. So Drake has become the bridge because it's just that much public. If
I
you have
agree
a
with
real
that.
beef with him,
So
you
you should
better
keep it real
leverage it.
and at least acknowledge that even though he's already subliminally and indirectly acknowledging the fact that Drake is this guy who's actually going to help him move his album. Because
I mean, the numbers are there. We can't argue with the status of Drake, though.
exactly. So I'm saying it's funny that in the process that he's coming for this guy, he's
Uh-huh.
actually validating the fact that he is the #1 rapper and he's the guy who's going to actually help him. This
Let
beef is
me
actually going
ask
to
you.
help him propel. And also, I was having a conversation with one of my friends on
Uh-huh.
Instagram about this whole thing, right? And the conversation we're having is actually in my comments. If you want to go and look, but the conversation we're having is like he's saying that Drake has this whole thing, that he was self-made, blah 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 blah. Most rappers say they're self-made, and what this guy's trying to say is that he's not self-made. That Q wrote the songs, and I know I had this whole conversation with him and some other people too. That look, I think there's a stigma attached to it in rap that when it comes to ghostwriters, right? When it comes to ghostwriters, there's always a stigma where rappers don't admit they have ghostwriters. But when it comes to R&B, it comes to business, it comes to everything. People have ghostwriters. I tell a friend of mine.
People got writers, not ghostwriters, just writers.
No, writers or ghostwriters, whatever you call it. Sometimes some people give them
Ghost
credit.
means you're hiding.
No, but hold on. Sometimes I'll tell you why. Sometimes people get credit, and many times, many times, people don't get credit. I told a friend of mine the other day that, look, do you know who you are? I told him, you are your boss's ghostwriter. Do you know how many times your boss takes credit for shit that you do without bringing you up for it? That's fucking ghostwriter, right? So welcome to the money room, guys. Welcome to the money room. If you guys are watching and working 9 to 5, you are your boss's ghostwriter, right?
Ghostwriter.
So that's my point. So a lot of times people are taking credit of things that people do without giving them, taking advantage of things that people do without getting credit, giving them credit for it. So what I was trying to tell him, though, at the end of the day, is that what Drake is saying here is, guess what? Everybody else has ghostwriters. Everybody has the same 24 hours in the day. Everybody else has the same resources, so to speak. But what differentiates him is his talent. The only reason why ghostwriters are throwing their lyrics and their words at him because Drake has put himself in the position where everybody wants to come. Everyone wants to come to him and say, "Hey, this is." So he has the talent. So the point at the end of the day, he has the talent. He has the talent, and because he has that talent, when he takes these words or these ghostwriters' lyrics, he's gonna take those lyrics and make it sound the way it sounds. And even before that, let's rewind real quick. Before he even got to the point where he has all these people saying, "Hey, here's my lyrics, rap my lyrics," he had to get himself there somehow, right? And how did he get himself there somehow? Before ghostwriters were all flooded in his table, he got himself there through his talent. So you can't deny that. You can't discredit that. And that's the point I was trying to get across to him. He got himself there, and now everyone's throwing the resources at him. Of course, once in a while, he might take some. Because guess what? You have to focus on going on tour and counting his dollars.
Two things, right? You mentioned something about, is he self-made? Of course it's self-made. Of course. Because you have a ghostwriter or workers that work for you, either you give them written credit or not, right? Doesn't mean you're not self-made. You are self-made.
Exactly. Go join the conversation.
Deliver the goods.
It's on my Instagram comments. Go check it out. At Nam Diesel.
Check it out.
At Nam Diesel.
You are self-made.
NAMDIESE.
Yeah, you are self-made because you deliver the goods. You don't have remember what I just said a few minutes ago? You don't have to create anymore. First of all, when it comes to writing, no one really creates. Everything is from that same 26 alphabets. So at the end of the day, we could go as deep as we want to go about this argument if we're really creating or not. But yes, in the same breath, we are creating, because every time you paint with the same brush and colors, it becomes another creation by itself. So you can't claim that because somebody decides that it's 2018, they're using a ghost writer or a writer, whatever you want to call it, that they're not self-made. They are self-made. He has a brand that if he says poo-poo, people will buy it. So you bring your lyrics, I'll give you a little token, go sleep, I'll deliver it, I'll make us the money, go back to bed. It's called self-made still. It doesn't make any difference. It's really a slavery mindset.
And to add to that, I also told him this, like, if this is just me, I don't like to use that term self-made. And I get it. I get when people say time is money. I get it. When people say time is money, but at the same time, to me, I always take things to another level. I think time is greater than money, right? So when people say self-made, I get what you mean by self-made. My own opinion, personally, I like to see more like God-made. When I say God-made, I mean that we did not create ourselves, right? You did not create your own talent. You didn't choose your own talent you were born with, right? You didn't choose who you are. You didn't choose, the innate things that you came into this world
with.
But
some of us think we're God, though.
But now you have to work on those things, and also by certain God's blessings or favor, people call it luck. You have to achieve your success and your goals that you want to get to, right? But at the end of the day, you do not create yourself, you do not make yourself, and you not choose unless I don't know, right? But when you come into this world, you're not saying, okay, I want this talent, I want that talent, stack me up here like a video game. Put the speed on this, put the strength on this.
But that's what I did.
Put the intelligence on this. Put the looks on this. You didn't choose that. God did that for you, but now you have to use that to your own advantage.
Well, that's what I did, because my name is Olaribibe. And that Ola name, the Ola means wealth, for those of you that are wondering. That Ola name follows me. So I kind of like choose what I want it to be. when I was coming to this world. Just FYI, okay?
No, bro. No, bro. You could choose your name.
Let me finish.
I chose my name is Nam Diesel. Okay, my name is Nam Diesel. My name is Namdi. I made it Nam Diesel.
I'm not speaking for you, bro. I'm not speaking for you.
That's a nickname. I'm trying to let you know, even for yourself, that you give yourself a name does not mean create yourself. I'm missing the point I'm trying to say. You can say that. That's cool,
I didn't give myself the name. I said I chose the name. I chose the name without even knowing it. But anyway, some people could say, based on what you just said, some people could say, yeah, you're God's made, but we are gods as well too. And Christian faith supports that we're also.
Some people say that, yeah, we are made in God-like image, right? And that's part of why I say God made.
God made. So self-made is not necessarily not God's made.
So when I say God made, that also has an undertone that if you think a little bit deeply, when I say God made, apart from what I just explained to you on the surface, God made means you also made in God's likeness. Feel that? Okay. Feel that? True.
That? Yeah. True. So there's all kind of potato where we could flip this back and forth. But I think I don't think anybody has the right to argue with Drake that if it's self-made or not, just because of ghost writing or not. And but I could see how it could be a good diss track, because that's what he said in his diss, apparently, right? Pusha T, right?
Yeah, 1 second, man.
Yeah. It's a non but I guess I'm talking to you guys by myself right now. It's a non-valid
I'm back.
Okay, all right. I
got my headphones on. I hear you everywhere.
I see how to the rap community, right? The rap heads, right? I can see how that could come like, yeah. But for me personally, that line is in 2018 is but I could see
what line?
The line that Drake has ghostwriters, something like that. Yeah, that line is continuing to become dumb and dumber and dumber by the day. It's okay to leverage.
It's carrying less and less weight. The only way it carries a little bit of weight is as long as people don't admit. When people don't admit it, then it gives it a little bit more weight if it's true. But yeah, it carries less and less weight because at the end of the day, a rapper is an artist. And artists have writers. And when you get to a certain level, as I mentioned, as a matter of fact, good thing you brought it up. Kevin Hart. It happens with comedy too. People start saying the same thing. Oh yeah, they don't write their own jokes in comedy. Blah 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 blah. Yes. But that's exactly what I'm saying. When Kevin Hart was a small little boy and nobody knew or cared about him, and nobody was writing his shit. He was writing all shit himself.
Nobody wanted to write for him.
He got better. He got good. And now he's at the top of the game. Guess what? All the other comes out there like, I got some jokes for you. So once in a while, he might take some, and sometimes he might not. But my point is, again, like I said with Drake, he actually got himself there. Now, when he's in that position, then of course there's going to be all kinds of resources thrown at him.
Yeah, it's called resources. It's called leverage. When you know how to leverage all the resources around you to make money, either for yourself or
write that down. You're in the money room right now. If you have any business, you got to use your resources around you, whether it's people, whether it's talents, whether it is money, whether it's in this case, we'll talk about scripts for rap songs or scripts for comedy shows.
And any fight against that,
whatever it is, use it to your advantage.
And any fight against that is basically a slavery mindset. I don't know if I took it too far by saying that. I apologize if that touches too many pain points, but it's really a slavery mindset to feel like you must do everything by yourself. When you come to the status of ownership, learning how to own stuff, you understand that ownership is nothing but an ability to leverage resources around you to build bigger things. But when you say, no, it must be just me writing, it's basically saying Jay-Z wrote everything. Maybe Jay-Z wrote everything, but do you remember that Jay-Z did not become $1 billion guy by staying a rapper? He didn't become $1 billion guy by remaining a rapper.
Even Jay-Z too. I don't. That's a good point. But even Jay-Z too, I don't think he even wrote everything. I don't think he wrote anything, and that's when some people started to say that about him a while back. And I don't know if he addressed it or not, but so what? At the end of the day.
So what? Yeah.
Initially, as far as I'm concerned, initially when people start, they start on their own volition. They're doing their own thing. Then, as the ball gathers more steam, then these things happen, right? And I think J. Cole, somebody might mention that about Jay-Z once upon a time. And as good that you brought up Jay-Z. Jay-Z said the same thing too. Once upon a time, because people were saying, "Oh, they made Jay-Z. They made Jay-Z." Some people were saying they made Drake, like Q or whatever. And he said, "Oh, I heard motherfuckers saying they made Hov. Hov say, okay." So make another Hov. Make another fucking Hov. You made me make another one.
The
point is that Q and all these other people were writing for other people to be besides Drake, but they're not hot right now. They're not popping like Drake. Why? Because of that individual and that individual's talent. So say this writer A wrote 20 songs. He gave one to Jay-Z. He wrote the other 19 for other people. The other 19 people, we don't even know who the fuck they are. We don't know what they're doing. But one of them is born. It's not because of the writer. It's because of the person who's delivering it. It's because of the person who's delivering their flow, their charisma, the way they're doing their thing. That's what's going on, not no freaking writer. So that's what I guess the dilemma is going on right now with Drake. Because Drake's like, hey, you can't say that you made me, because you wrote a song for me. As a matter of fact, Drake even flipped it. If you had a diss track, he was like, as a matter of fact, you didn't make me. I was trying to help him out.
I know. He's helping him out right now, but they're helping each other, I guess. But I don't think he's doing any much help for Drake already. Drake is already huge.
Exactly. He's helping himself out. Exactly. So that's what I was concerned. But
kudos to him. Help yourself out, man. Help yourself out. Beef, whatever. I have some fun. I guess Drake is having some fun with it, hopefully.
Nah. I'll tell you this. So right now, everyone's talking about as far as who's winning this beef right now. Yo, Drake, I'll tell you this. Right now, I want Drake to come out with some freaking fire, yo. Because Pusha T came with some low blows. Like, people on the internet, everyone right now feels, I took a poll, right? Everyone thinks that Pusha T, most people think that Pusha T is coming.
I've been seeing that.
I think that's because Pusha T has the latest clapback, right? So because Pusha T said throw some words out there, Drake made his diss track, and Pusha T has the latest one that's out there. So right now, we're going a little bit deeper off the money talk and the business talk, but yeah, just to hit the nail on the head since we're talking about this topic anyway. Pusha T looks like he has a little one up on Drake right now based on the perception. Perception. Right? The perception. Yeah,
there's only so much streams he's gonna get out of this. I'll tell you that much. So he should enjoy it while it lasts. Because Drake will be back on the throne.
From a business perspective, hey, why not? Yeah, right? But yeah.
Why not? Because I haven't heard from him in a while. And he definitely, like, I was hearing some other podcasts. He doesn't have any upper hand compared to Drake. When it comes to how much endorsement does he have out here? Does he have anything to lose if he says the wrong thing? Does he?
Not really.
Does he have a $10 million Nike deal or something like that out there?
Nah, but
so again, he really needs this money to eat. He needs this money.
He came for Drake hard, man. He put Drake on blast. As a matter of fact, Jay-Z's last album, 444, where Jay-Z kind of opened up about personal things in his life, talking about how he cheated on Beyonce and all this other bullshit. I think Drake was going to actually have a similar album coming out where he was going to talk about how he has this freaking child that he's supporting that nobody really knows about. Pusha T put all that shit on blast.
Oh, is that real for real? He has a child?
I think it might be real. And he pulled out and Drake never clapped back yet. He put out a statement. He put out a statement explaining like the picture and all that kind of stuff. So I'll tell you this: Pusha T, whatever Pusha T did, got under Drake's skin. It did get under Drake's skin. Now,
because Drake replied, right? Drake replied, right?
Yeah, he hasn't replied with a song yet. But now, do I think that Pusha T's lyrics on the way or whatever was that good? I didn't enjoy the lyrics and I didn't enjoy the delivery, the flow, all that stuff was like.
You didn't enjoy it?
No, it was more like slander. It was more like
a head. You're not supposed to enjoy something like that.
Okay, sure. It was more like slander to me.
You need Jay-Z 444.
It was more like a political campaign, like how politicians come at each other, like Trump and the rest of them, say, "Oh, this guy did this, or this guy did that." So it's just putting Drake on blast and airing out all his dirty laundry. You know, that's fine if you want to do that. That's what Remy Ma did too. But you gotta at least still be able to rap. You gotta come with the flow. You gotta come with the wordplay. You gotta come with some good delivery. I didn't receive that from him. You might as well put
Pusha T, you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't receive that from him. He might as well put a campaign ad on TVs and out Drake's dirty laundry. That'll be fine with me. But the rap, I wasn't feeling. That's my opinion. Right.
All right. I'm not a big fan of rap that much. I only like rap songs that are hit songs. In other words, they're not real raps.
In other words, you like only commercial
exactly. In other words, they're not really real raps. So even me saying it's a slavery mindset, I could have been overboard by that. Maybe I'm not even in a position to say that because real rap heads thinks they should write their stuff and that's it. You know, lyricists, you must write it. And I always look at them like, yeah, that's why you're not Jay-Z or Puff Daddy. But oh well. That's that, man. So Drake, Pusha T, and God's Plan is a wrap. I think that was a good topic. and I think he has a lot of relationship to
So
money.
again, guys, just the takeaway from this, you know, still the money room. These are fun topics that are trending right now. We'll figure we could talk about it as well. But what takeaways from this is marketing. And the first one, and the second one too, is marketing. Okay, and if you could create a win-win situation for you and your customers, why not? Whether it's marketing or something else.
So speaking of win-win, don't just enjoy this by yourself. Please share it on your wall, on your Facebook wall, everywhere. You know, share, let people know what you're enjoying when you listen to our conversation.
Marketing. I like that. See that? That's marketing.
Yep.
All right, guys.
All right.
Share, subscribe. Have a good one. Peace.